Okay, so get this. Religion and technology.
An interesting combo. I'm intrigued. What about it?
Well, that's what we're diving into today. Like how they connect or don't. We've got some interesting stuff to unpack here, let me tell you.
All right, I'm all ears. Lay it on me. What's
Yeah.
the starting point for this deep dive?
So we're starting with this thought, right? Religion always strives to limit circumstances. Kind of makes you go, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. Makes you wonder what circumstances they're even talking about. And if that's always true, like, is religion always holding things back?
Right. Like, at first glance, it sounds like religion is the opposite of progress.
The old religion versus science debate. But I think it's more complicated than that.
Okay, so how do we untangle this?
Well, think about it this way. We have rules and guidelines in all aspects of our lives, right? Not just religion.
True, true.
And these rules, whether they're religious or secular, they're meant to provide structure. Sure, sometimes they feel limiting, but they're there for a reason.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not as simple as saying religion is anti-progress. But then the source goes on to say that technological advancement is about going deeper into empirical truth.
So,
And that sounds a lot like, well, science.
exactly. It's that pursuit of truth through observation, experiments, the whole shebang.
Hmm.
Tracing cause and effect, figuring out how the world works.
Yeah.
That's the scientific method in a nutshell.
Okay, yeah.
But here's where things get really interesting.
No.
The source argues that the deeper we go into these cause and effect relationships, well, the fewer there actually are.
Wait, what? Fewer causes and effects? How does that work?
Think of it like a funnel, right? At the wide end, you got all these different causes leading to all these different effects. But as you go deeper, it narrows down. It's like all those separate paths eventually converge into something more fundamental.
Whoa, okay. My mind is kind of blown right now, but I'm with you. So where does religion come back into this?
Well, the source points to fields like quantum physics and artificial intelligence. These are areas where our understanding of cause and effect is being seriously challenged. Like, we're starting to see that things aren't as clear-cut as we once thought.
Right, like quantum physics is all about how things are kind of random and unpredictable at the smallest level.
Exactly. And AI is showing us that complex systems can emerge from simple rules. And here's the kicker. What's happening at the cutting edge of science is starting to look a lot like some ancient spiritual beliefs.
You're kidding, right? Like, are you saying that science is finding evidence of, like, a spiritual dimension?
I know, right? It's wild. But think about it. The idea of a unifying force, a single source of everything, that's a core belief in many religions. And now, science might be stumbling upon something similar as it explores the very fabric of reality.
Okay, I need to sit with this for a minute. So how does the source connect those two things? Science and spirituality.
They use this phrase, the narrowing dimension of cause and effect. So imagine a pyramid, right? At the base, you have all these everyday causes and effects, all the stuff we see around us. But as you move up that pyramid, those separate strands start to come together. And at the very top, there's just one point.
So like one ultimate cause.
Exactly. And the source suggests that this point, this ultimate cause, might be the bridge between the physical world and something beyond. Something that science, at least as we understand it now, can't fully grasp.
So are we saying that as science keeps going, keeps exploring this narrowing dimension, it'll eventually hit a wall, a point where it can't explain things anymore?
It's possible. And at that point, maybe the lines between science and spirituality will blur even more. Who knows? Maybe they'll even become indistinguishable.
Man, that's a lot to process. So basically what we're talking about here is the possibility that science is uncovering evidence of a spiritual dimension. It's pretty profound.
It really is. And it makes you wonder what else is out there beyond what we can currently see and measure.
Right. And what it means for how we see the world, how we understand both science and religion. Lots to ponder. Well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to check out the next episode as we explore even more thought-provoking connections.